Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Phlinger Phoo, and welcome to a new game, Pixark. Alright, so hey, today we're going to be discussing the tips and tricks that you need to do when you're first beginning the game. If you're looking for a starting guide, if you're looking for a beginner's guide, this is it. Because we're going to discuss a whole bunch of stuff. So it's going to be a bunch of information flying at you, kind of rapid fire. Alright, so get ready. Alright, so when you're first starting out the game, what you want to do is you have to decide a couple things. Well, first off, what I would recommend is you go into options, and then you set up your game how you want it with the options, with your graphics, your buttons, your gameplay, all sorts of stuff like that. And then once you're done with that, then you X that out. Well, you click apply down below, and then you X that out, and then we come back over here. And then you have to decide, what do you want to do? Do you want to play on the public servers that are hosted via Snail Games? Or do you want to play on your local game? Which local game means single player game, which means that the save game is always saved on your PC, and everything is handled locally. That's not the case for the public servers. On the public servers, if there's things going wrong on the public servers, or if they're having they're being overloaded, anything like that, then might have problems accessing them. I don't really see that to be too big of a problem. It just depends. Do you want to have complete control of your game, or do you want to play with predetermined gameplay mechanics? That's really the only option that you have. Okay, so if you want to play with the predetermined gameplay options that they already have, then you click join here on Pixark, and then you get to decide which server you want to play on. Alright, now down here they have some different types. They have official, which these right here are the ones that they themselves host. Then you have unofficial servers, which these are privately owned servers that some people will actually open up to the public to play on. Now if you want, you can, if you've already created a few characters on some of the different servers and you want to know, you only want to see the servers that you have made characters on, then you click this right here, My Survivors, and it tells you which ones of these that you want. Alright, which ones of these that your characters are on. Alright, now if you have favorites, you can sort by this as well. So favorites are set up by, you can click on one of these, and then you can mark it as favorites, and then this right here, you can just sort it through that way. Alright, now there's a couple different types of servers up here. You'll notice they have Fury, and they have Pioneering. Okay, now it says right down here exactly what they are. The Fury one is they switch between peacetime and a wartime. As the system is right now, which they've already said that they fully intend on changing the way the servers are, or changing them up to different days of the week. As of right now, on the Fury servers, Monday through Friday, it's just PvE. You can't, there's no PvP enabled, you can't attack anybody, nothing like that. But on Saturday and Sunday, the server opens up so it's full PvP. Sounds pretty fun. Alright, if you're interested in that, have fun. Okay, now the Pioneering one, which is the other type right here, Pioneering, means it's always in a constant state of peace. You can't attack each other, and everybody just kind of lives out their normal lives and has fun. Okay, now if you're searching for one of these public servers, what I would recommend is that you click on this little ping icon right here, and this will sort by the closest ones. Remember, the lower the ping, the better the connection that you're going to get to the server. Okay, so if you go with, say, like this one right here, it's 37, this one's going to be a pretty good server for you to connect to, so you have very low lag, anything like that. Alright, now that I've covered that, now I'm going to go cover how to start up a local game, because I love local games, and to me, they're just really awesome. Alright, so now we're going to start up, we're going to click on this local button right here. Now this right here is going to open up this window right here, and this is going to be, it determines whether, this is where you set up your game settings per se. Actually, it says right there, it's game settings. All right, there we go. So, okay, here you can have the daytime speed, the max structures and range, and then you can also go through here the resources, how much you collect when you gather, the structures and the animals, how much damage they do. If you're going through and you're playing on local play, I would recommend that you have allowed flyer carry for PvE enabled. It just makes your gameplay a little bit better, so where when you get flyers, you can pick up things. It's on by default. I would just recommend leaving it like that. These other ones right here, you can custom in your game any way that you want. You can make your dinos do more damage, you can make your player do more damage, you can make your player take more damage, you can make it so where your character doesn't have to drink water or eat food as much. It's all up to you. Have fun with it. Okay, and then also you can make the taming speed a little bit quicker too. That's pretty fun. Okay, and then we also have the system right here. This one right here, I would recommend for the most part leaving alone unless you know what everything is. The hardcore mode right here, I would especially leave this unchecked because this right here, when you have this enabled, it means that when you die, you lose your character and all of your equipment and all of your structures, and then you have to create a new character. I would recommend not doing hardcore mode unless you absolutely know what you're doing. Okay, with that in mind, let's click through into single player mode. Now in single player mode, you have a couple options. You don't have to stick with the same character, which is really cool. You can actually make a whole bunch of different characters, and then you can cycle through them. Now you can have them on either on the same map, or you can have them on different maps. It's very cool the way they have this. Okay, so say if we have already been playing Bob, and we want to play a new character on Bob's map, we can just create a new character, and then we can use it on the map that we've been playing with for a long time. But say we like the map that we're playing on, but we're tired of Bob. We can actually get rid of Bob, and we can create a new character and put it on the same map. Because, here, this is really cool, with Bob, we have the character saved, plus we also have the map saved. Let me click through on this, create new character, and here's our maps. We already have a couple maps created. Now, this one right here is the one that Bob originally started on. But if I got tired, if I leveled up Bob on Phooville, and I decided that I wanted him to move over to a different map, I could load him up on this map right here, and we could play with that for a long time. And then once we got tired of this one, we could create a new map, and we could load up a new map over there, and we could play with Bob on there. Or we could go through and say this is the one we've been playing with on Bob for a while, and we're kind of tired of Bob, but we still like our buildings. We can go through and we can play on this, but just so you know that if we make a new character on this, we're not going to be in Bob's same tribe, so we're not going to have access to any of his buildings. But we'll be able to make really big and unique structures on there alongside Bob's. It's pretty cool. All right, so with that in mind, let's click through, and then let's load up on a server, and let's start covering how to play the game. All right, so let's get in game. I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, so now once you load into the game, this is the screen that you're presented with. You get to have fun making your character. It's pretty cool. You can pick which clothing you want to wear. You can pick what your face wants to look like, or your hair, your facial hair, all sorts of stuff. Or you can click down here and you can set up your body, all sorts of stuff like that. And this right here is how you select whether you want to be a female or a male, or a boy or a girl. And then after you go through, you pick whatever you want, you can have fun with it. I would recommend if you find one that you really like, you can save it to a preset. How you save it to a preset is once you have this exactly the way you want it, you can go over here and then you can type in a name. Say if we like this is Joey right here, we can type in Joey. And then it allows us to save it. I don't want to save Joey because I don't like that one. But yeah, I have a couple saved up here. We have Phlinger right here. And then, let's see, let's load up Phlinger. And Phlinger is pretty tall now. All right, so we have Phlinger who's really tall. I got him exactly the way I want him. And then we go over to the next little bit. First off, it always tries to name you Joey, Bob, anything like that. Well, I like my character's name Phlinger, so we're going to go with Phlinger. All right, so now for the next one, you have to choose where you're going to spawn at. Now this right here, this is the entire map. And you have to kind of pay a little bit of attention when you're going through and you're selecting which kind of area you want to start in. And pay attention to these little bits right here, because this determines how hard of a start that you're going to have. Okay, if you say you want everything slightly easier, you want to go for the lighter greens. If you want things a little bit darker or a little bit more challenging, you can go say like the winter biomes, you can go with the mountains, or you could go with the volcanic areas, which is this top one right here. It's pretty dangerous. But here, like with this area right here, we can see that we've got some really light green, which means it's open plains. And then we've got a little bit of the purple, a little bit of the dark brown, which means that kind of close to here is going to be some pretty dangerous mountains. And also we have some desert right up here in the corner. That one right there seems to be all right, but let's see what other ones we have available. Oh, this one right here seems to be up in the winter biome. There's lots of snow up there, but there's also little plains just sitting right there on that. Or we could go down to this one right here, and there's lots of dangerous mountains around here. I'm not sure I like this one very much. All right, let's go to this one. This is back up in the winter biome. Not sure I like that one, and this is another one on the winter biome. And then bam, over here, this one right here seems to be okay, but I think I like that very first one that we looked at to begin with. So let's hop in there, and I will see you guys in just a minute. Alright, and as soon as you load into the game, here you get your balloons, you hop down, and you can actually control this glide just a little bit, not too much, as you come down onto the game. Alright, so now that we've landed, now here we're going to discuss a few different things as we're going. Alright, so now as you go through on your first playthrough, you're going to be getting these pop-ups. Now they're going to tell you little bits on how to move, some of the controls, stuff like that. If you don't want to see them, just click one of the buttons and then it'll click through. Okay, now if you want to gather any of this stuff, all of this stuff... Hello, Mr. Fiomia. How's it going, buddy? It's popping in out of nowhere, huh? Alright, well hey, now that guy's popped in, okay, let's discuss a few things about how to gather things. So let's see, Shift W, that's how you run, alright. How you gather things is you can play like this the entire game, zoomed out like this, or you can change view, you can go like this, and we can play like this. I like playing like this, for the most part, while I'm out gathering stuff, but when I'm out, riding dinos and stuff like that, I like to be in this mode right here, so that way there you can kind of see what's around you, you get a little bit better control. Alright, so now let's discuss how to gather stuff. Alright, now how you gather stuff is you walk up to, say, like these bushes or this grass right here, and then you click E. Alright, so there right there we gathered 6 narco berries, measure berry, and some fiber. Now this right here we gathered some thatch off the ground. Now these little grass little bits, this is how you gather your thatch. Okay, now there's another thing, and we just covered that a second ago, is fiber. How you gather the fiber is that you go up and then you click on one of these one of these little bushes, just like this. Okay, now there's also another resource that you need right away, and that is wood. Oh, I just ate a narco berry. Alright, now how you gather wood is you walk up to the nearest tree and you punch it. Alright, and then as you're punching this, you'll get some wood. Alright, now that we've got some wood, we're going to open up our inventory, and you see character info right here. And then every time you level up, you'll get these little plus signs right next to these stats. And we will cover what these stats mean here in just a few minutes. Alright, and then also, you notice up at the top, we have Craft, Engram, Quest Manager, and Tribe Governance. We will cover all those here in just a minute. Give me one sec. Okay. And another thing I'd like to discuss right here is the scanner. The scanner is really cool in this game. Alright, and without having anything in your hand, you can walk up and you can just right-click and hold, and it'll show you the little information about all these guys, which is kind of cool. Now, it'll tell you how tough they are, how many hit points they have, and whether or not they're a passive or an active tame. This little dodo right here, this guy's a passive tame, which means that we have to stick some berries up his butt in order to make him our friend. Alright, we'll cover that here in just a minute. Alright, so now we're going to get back up in here. Hold on, let me open that up. Bam. Alright, so now we have an ability point that we can allot to this. Now let's cover these stats since we're in a rather safe place. Okay, now your health, this right here is your basic hit points. Okay, this when this counter goes down to 0, your character dies and you have to respawn, run back and get your loot. Now, whenever you die, all the stuff... When you die, all the stuff on your hotbar and all of your armor stays with you, but everything in your inventory drops to the ground, which means you have to be kind of careful about some of the things you're carrying out with you, but for the most part, it's just a simple matter of running back and getting your stuff, unless if you're, say, in a deep, dark cave or you're way over in the volcanic area, and it's kind of hard to get there. So make sure if you go out you go out on a treacherous mining area, then you make sure that you know exactly either how to get your stuff back just in case you die, or you know how to get back. Alright. Okay, so now here we have the health, and then next thing we have stamina. Now stamina is an important stat. As you're swimming around, your stamina will be draining, or if you're sprinting, your stamina will be draining. Alright, sorry, I had to click through that. Alright, your stamina will be draining. Now when your stamina drains, it means that, say, if we're sprinting right here, notice over in the right-hand side, you'll see the little lightning bolt. That's your stamina. Okay, now if you are running along and you're running low on stamina, you'll start walking really slow if you run out of stamina, which is advised that you don't completely run out of stamina. Now, if you're walking along like this and you need to regain your stamina, you can stop holding the shift key and then you'll still slowly gain stamina while you're just walking like this, or you can stop and you'll quickly gain stamina. See, like that, it just shot back up the moment I stopped moving. So if you really want to get your stamina back quick, just stop moving for a sec. I realize it can be bad when you have, say, like a T-Rex chasing you down, which is a thing that does happen. Welcome to the land of dinosaurs. All right, yeah, that's how you gain that back. All right, so now that we've covered that, now we're going to cover the oxygen. Oxygen is when you're swimming around in the water, you're under the water. This right here meter will constantly be going down. When this goes down to 0, you'll start drowning and you'll start losing health really quickly. All right, if your health goes down below, you'll fully drown and your character will die in the water. So try to watch out for that, and just know this right here is how long you can hold your breath. All right, food and water. Food and water in this game are constantly going down. Now, the food and the water are always used to replenish your health and your stamina, as well as constantly diminish. So if you are running around a lot, your food and your water are going to be draining a little bit faster than usual. Just know that. Okay, now how you regain your food and your water back with food, you just eat. Now, every berry that you eat, say we want to eat this berry right here, this little Tinto berry right here. All right, we just put this down on our bar, and then we close this, and then we press 2. Bam. Now, each berry that you eat gives you 1.5 food, right? Now, when later on in the game when we get meat, those will give you 20 points. So it's recommended that you get that you eat meat instead of berries. But in the beginning, berries are a very viable way of staying alive. Just know that. It just takes a lot more of them. Okay, now weight. This right here is a very important stat, especially if you like to build, you like to go out, you like to gather, you like to go adventuring underground, and collecting all the loot and the booty and everything. This right here is how much you can carry. So I would recommend that you start off by getting this up pretty fast. Okay. Now with the damage, this right here is how much physical damage you do. Okay, so with spears, swords, stuff like that. If you want to increase the amount of damage that you do, or with also picks and hatchets, stuff like that, make sure that you increase this damage. Now, I will cover a few of the different ones in the orders that I feel that you would probably want to raise them. Okay. We'll discuss that here in just a sec. Now, the next ability is Fortitude. This right here is your ability to overcome the elements. Okay, you'll notice up here that we have a hypothermal insulation and a hyperthermal insulation. This is your resistance to heat and cold. Okay, now this right here, this is determined by what kind of clothing you wear and also your Fortitude skill. Say if you are wearing leather armor and you you boosted up your Fortitude a little bit, you'll do pretty well in the colder biomes, and it's where you don't freeze really quick, but you won't do as well in the desert biome because leather's really hot. If you're using cloth armor, it's not going to do very well in the cold areas because cloth really doesn't keep you very warm, but it'll keep you cooler while you're in the desert and stuff like that. And all of those different armor types are offset by your Fortitude. All right, now crafting speed. This right here determines how fast you craft and some of the qualities of the different things that you can craft. I will cover that in a different episode, but for right now, that right there, I would recommend not increasing crafting speed yet, but eventually I would imagine as you get higher level, that will become much more of a thing that you need to do. All right, so now when it comes down to the order of which you want to be gathering these things, I would say for the first little bit, like up to around 150, maybe even 200, just depends on how much you feel how comfortable you feel with it, go with health. All right, I would take health up to about 150 or 200, and then after that, I would go weight way up to probably about 300 or 400. All right, now each time that you put a level in health, you gain 10 points. Every time you put a level in stamina, you gain 10 points. Every time you put a level in oxygen, I believe it's 10 or 20 points. It's considerable. I would not recommend leveling up food or water, but I would definitely recommend weight. Now, every time you put one in weight, you get 20 points, which is pretty good, which means that you can hit that 400, 500 cap for weight pretty quickly. Okay, and then... so for the order in which I would do it, I would go health up to about 150 or 200, and then weight up to probably about 400, and then after that I would start mixing between a little bit of stamina, maybe about 150 in stamina, and then about 150 in oxygen, and then maybe about 125 in damage, not too much, and then getting that fortitude skill up there, probably about so where you have about 30 points in fortitude. That way there you can get, you can kind of take the edge off no matter what armor you're wearing and what biome. It won't really fully take out the heat or the cold off you, but it'll really take that edge off. It really helps out. Alright, so now that we've gotten the abilities out of the way, now we're going to discuss, here, let me put a couple points in there because I have this. Alright, now each time that you level up, every time that you assign one of these points, you also get a thing that's called Engram points. Alright, now Engram points are right down here. Every time you level up, you get a certain amount of points added to your character. Now this is how you learn all the different abilities that you have, and that's just right up here on the top. Alright, say if you want to craft stuff, well, anything. Alright, these right here are the only 4 engrams that you start out with, and that right there is the torch, the wood axe, the wood pickaxe, and the wooden stick. Alright, now if you want to learn anything else, you need to spend engram points on that, and that's through this engrams tab up here. Now you can sort this they have a really good sorting mechanic in this game. Alright, now they have the primitive skills. This right here is your axes, your spears, stuff like that. Stuff for the early game. Some of the, the wood and the thatch building structures, some of the benches that you need for making some things. Yeah, some things like that. Alright, now we get into metallurgy. Metallurgy, this is where you get into the metals and stuff. How you craft the copper gloves, the glass fences, the smelter for making more, for smelting down your copper, how you make metal ingots, and then every one of these engrams that has a little arrow down below it, that means that by earning that engram right there, you get all the other ones down below it for free. It's pretty cool the system that they have. So if we were to learn the smelter, we'd learn the copper ingot, gasoline, glass, and gold ingot, iron ingots, and silver ingot, all just for learning the smelter. It's pretty cool. I love that system that they have. That means that you don't have to learn the individual ones that go along with it. It's pretty cool. All right, and then we have the industrial skill. All right, now this right here is how you get your weapons, for the most part. Your guns, stuff like that. Gas mask, cable switches, light guns, some of the materials that you use for other things. Yeah. This right here is more of a later game. See, the lowest level one is level 30. But yeah, I mean, and then you'll get the fabricator, and this right here is how you learn how you make a bunch of the other stuff, like the power generators and stuff like that. How you can get you can get electronic stuff and electricity inside your bases and stuff. All right, now we get into magic. Now the magic right here, this right here, it has wands and all sorts of different weapons and different things that include the magic skill, which is kind of cool. I love the fact that they actually have the magic in this game. It's pretty cool. It's a little bit more advanced. The lowest level one is level 10, level 20 for the magic sleepy arrow. This is how you tame some of the magical creatures in the game. But for the most part, level 30 is the minimum one. It's where you learn the magic workbench, and then you can learn all this stuff. And then you can move on to the other stuff. I'm not going to cover any of that because none of that stuff's beginner stuff. But yeah, all right. And then we have architecture. This right here is level 7, which is where you get the bamboo, and then the some of the special furniture and stuff that you get on. We're not going to cover any of this today. We're going to jump back into this, and we're going to learn some the campfire, which teaches us the cooked meat, the cooked prime meat, the cooked long grass, and the cooked savo root. This right here is basically corn, and this is basically potatoes. It's really cool. All right, and then also we're going to learn the thatch foundation, the thatch wall, the thatch ceiling, and then with our remaining points, we're going to learn ourselves some cloth. All right, because we need a little bit of armor to start out. We're not high enough level to make any spears, and we're not high enough level to learn the thatch door, which we will eventually learn. All right, so hey, now that we've got that, let's move to the next one. All right, so now that we've learned our cloth armor, now we need fiber, and a whole lot of it. So we're gonna go around and we're gonna gather a whole bunch of this stuff, and also we're gonna pay very close attention to some of these grass bits out here, and we're gonna pick up a bunch of these grass, right out here, and then that way there we can collect all this stuff. And while we're doing this, we're just gonna be gaining a bunch of XP. It's pretty cool. It's really easy how fast this stuff goes. All right. So now that we've got enough fiber to make a bunch of stuff, now we're gonna go and we're gonna craft a cloth shirt just by double clicking on it. We're gonna craft the pants, the gloves, and the hat. Now we can't craft the boots because the boots take leather. Alright, but we're going to be getting into that here in just a second. Now, with this right here, we can take this, we can double-click on it, or we can click and we can drag this over to this specific spot that it goes into. And you'll notice that when I pick up the gloves, then the hands over here area starts glowing. We can just drop that in there. And then this hat, we can just take that and we can just drop that in there. Alright, so now, another thing that I want to cover is how you get hide. Well, first off, we're going to take and we're going to craft up the hatchet, and we're going to craft up a pick, and we're also going to craft up a wooden stick. Alright, so now the pick we're going to put down there, and the hatchet we're going to put right there, and then the wooden stick we're going to put right there. Now what the pick does, well, if you played Ark or if you played Minecraft, you pretty much know what a pick does. A pick, yeah, you can harvest dirt and rocks and all sorts of stuff, and you'll be constantly upgrading this through the game. I would recommend that you, and whenever it opens up where you can upgrade this thing, upgrade it as soon as possible. Yeah. Alright, now your picks, they don't have any durability, at least as of yet, but it's kind of cool that you can just keep with it. You don't have to repair it. And this little thing just becomes your buddy. Now, you can also harvest while you have this stuff in your inventory, or while you have one of these equipped. If you have one hand open, you can always gather. Say if you have a hatchet or a pick in your hands, you can gather up. But if you have like a bow or anything like that, you can't gather anything while you have that, because it takes two hands. Now, the hatchet is used for cutting down trees and for harvesting hide off animals and stuff like that. So say if we wanted to take this little pick and we wanted to take and smack this dodo right here until this dodo, and he's gonna cry, which is kind of horrible. All right, but I mean, dodos, they were put on this map for one thing, and that's for you to make them go extinct. So congratulations, you are the reason why the dodos went extinct. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But, yep, that's the thing. Alright, so now that guy, he's running, but we're going to get up there and we're going to get him. Alright, now that he's dead, he's going to leave behind this little block. Now, we get a decision every time we get one of these little blocks. Do we want primarily meat, or do we want primarily hide? If we want meat, then we'll take and we'll harvest this up with a pick, and we'll get mostly meat, some hide. Now, if we want mostly hide, then we use the hatchet, and we harvest this up, and we get mostly hide and a little bit of meat. All right, let's smack that up. All right, so we got 1 and 1. It's a dodo, you don't get that much. All right, so let's come back down here, and then let's discuss, now that we've discussed how that your intention is to make the dodos go extinct, now we can actually discover how to tame a dodo and make them not go extinct and make them be your friend. All right, so we're going to take these berries up here. Primarily, there's azul berries, mejo berries, tinto berries, and over here zamar berries. Now we're going to take these ones right here, can eventually be made for used for dyes and stuff to color your clothes and personalize your character. But for now, we're going to take these mejo berries because the mejo berries are the better ones for taming some of these dinos. We're going to take this and we're going to stick this on our 0 slot, and we're going to walk up to this, and we're just going to feed this guy. Hey, buddy. Alright, and then it's going to show us this little bar underneath him, and then that means his taming effectiveness, and then as we wait, he's just going to, as he walks around, he's eventually going to want a little bit of food. Alright, there we go. And he's only going to take up a few more. Or one more. Alright, come on, buddy. You want to bury up your butt? Come on, man. Come on, dude. Take the berry, man. You know you want the berry. Alright, there you go. And we're just going to name this guy. There we go. We got a dodo dude. Alright, and that's our buddy. He's going to be sticking with us, and he'll follow us around, and he'll help us out. Alright. Alright, now once that we've tamed up this guy, we can go up to this guy, and we can hold the use button, and then opens this up. Now through here, we can either pick him up, or we can access his inventory, we can change his name, we can make it so where he doesn't follow us, and there's also other keys that will determine whether he follows us, and then we can set his aggression level. If we put him on aggressive, then he's just going to go around attacking everything. He's going to die really quick. We don't want to do that. If we put him on neutral, whenever we get attacked, he's going to attack back. Alright, or we can cycle his aggression to passive. That means that if we get attacked, he's just going to sit there and be like, oh, what? You're getting attacked? And then he's going to let us die and get eaten, and then he's just going to sit over here going, well, you shouldn't have gotten hit, bud. Alright, and that's really the way he's going to be handling it. Now, also, if you want to make him just wander around the area, say you build him like a little, pen out on the farm, stuff like that, and you want him to wander, you just assign him to wander, and he'll go through there. And then you can decide how far he'll target things, his follow distance, and then also if you want to, if you have say like multiple dinosaurs walking around with you, and you want to just pick this guy up and carry him around for later, all you just go like this, you convert to pixel block, and this right here will put him as a little block in your inventory. Now this right here, this is the little dodo dude that we've got. And we can just carry this guy around. He'll add some weight to us. I would imagine that higher level dinos and bigger dinos, they have a heavier weight to them. But for now, we can just carry this guy around. So say like eventually later on in the game, if we get a Pteranodon and we start flying around in the game, and we have some big dinosaurs that we kind of want to take with us, we can just convert them to pixel blocks, put them in our inventory, fly to the new area, and then once we get to the new area, you just put this down in your bar and go just bam. So Dodo Dude, I choose you. All right. So and then we can just put them down like that. It's pretty cool. I really enjoy that aspect of this game. Bam! Now you're back on my bar, Dodo Dude. Congratulations. Alright, now that we're out and about and we're gathering stuff up, well, we've leveled up, so I'm going to level up a little bit more health. We're going to be working on that a little bit. And there's another thing I want to discuss, and it's kind of necessary while you're out adventuring in the wild. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to make sure you carry a few blocks on you, a few bricks, so where if you get into trouble, that you can get out of it. Now, this way here, this is a way to kind of get out of just about any place. It's kind of dangerous and a little bit hard, and also if you want to use this to your advantage, feel free. All right. Now, say if we get trapped down here and we're having a hard time getting out, one of the easiest ways of doing this is you just look down. Wrong button. Bye, Dodo Dude. Bye. Are you just not gonna... Okay. Welcome back, Dodo Dude. Alright, so yeah, let's put this right here onto 9. The cave. It's the Jedi cave, I swear it is. Alright, so let's... right here, we just put that right down like that. Hop up here. Jump. Jump. And then we can just use this to get all the way out. Alright, jump. Alright, and there we are. We're out, and it's nice and safe. Alright, so that's pretty easy. I would just recommend that you carry around a few of these things as you're going. Now, as you're playing through the game, I would recommend that you just, as you learn stuff, you kind of experiment with it and just have fun. Because when it comes to games like this, I mean, it may sound a little cheesy, but you know what? Your imagination is the limit. So, you know what? Have fun with it, enjoy, and we're going to, for the last little bit, I'm going to do a little bit of building, and then I'll bring you guys back, and I'll show you just a quick shack that you can use for building up, or as your first little base for while you're setting up your game. Alright, so now that I went around and I've gathered a bunch of stuff, we're just going to start off with these foundations. We're probably going to go with about, let's go say 30 of these to begin with. And then we're just going to craft that, all of them at once. And then these right here will appear down on our bar, and I'll just move them over there. Alright, now we're going to count out as we're building this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 6. Alright, so we're going to go 6 by 5. There we go. And then from here, we're going to go with, we're going to make up a bunch of walls. Alright, now that we've got our walls crafted, we're just going to take these, we're going to put them up like this. Put them all the way around. now that we've got this, you just take this, pop this right inside there, and then we'll have to fill in the rest of this with the rest of our stuff. But we'll cap this off, and this right here will give us a first little rudimentary base where we can get things moving. And then get on with the, get off, going out, taming up a bunch of stuff, leveling up, coming back, and having fun. Now, if you're having problems like I am right now, getting up to the top, you can always just use 5. And just kind of climb up to the top. It's where you can start building up your ceiling. Alright, 9. And then we have to have a wall down below where you can do that. There we go. Bam. Alright, I'm out of materials for now, but yeah, we'll just fill in the gaps. We'll assign some stairs there. We can use this for our workbenches on the inside once I plug up this hole in the side. But yeah, I mean, I think that's going to do it for this video. So hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the tips and tricks. I hope that you learned a little bit from the video. And hey, if you liked the video, if it helped you out, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And until next time, this is Phlinger Phoo. Take it easy, everyone. Alright, alright. It's a fun game. Really, really fun game. I hope everybody enjoys it. I'm having a blast with it.